A very good morning, dear students. Hope you all are fit and fine at your place. In previous lecture, we discussed about the general methods for the preparation of hydrogen gas, about its occurrence, what are the different methods by which hydrogen gas can be prepared, either by using steam or by using boiling water or by using acid or by using cold water with the help of the metals which are there in reactivity series, then with moderate reactive metal with acid, then with moderate reactive metal with alkalis. So we discussed about the occurrence of hydrogen, comparison of hydrogen with that of metals, basically alkali metals, and with that of non-metals, that is halogens. Why specific the properties of hydrogens are in contrast between metals and non-metals, why position of hydrogen is not specified in modern periodic table. So all these things we discussed in our previous lecture. Occurrence of hydrogen in free state, combined state, comparison of hydrogen with that of alkali metals and halogens, and general method for the preparation of hydrogen gas by using highly reactive metal with cold water, moderate reactive metal with boiling water or steam, or metal with acid and metal with alkalis. Today I am going to discuss about the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas. How can we prepare hydrogen gas in the laboratory? And one more thing we will discuss along with this. What are the impurities which are produced along with the hydrogen gas? How those impurities can be removed? How we can test whether the gas is hydrogen or not? After laboratory preparation, today we will also discuss commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas means the method by which this gas can be prepared on large scale. Why it is required to prepare this gas on large scale? Because of its uses. It is used in meteorological balloons. Earlier it was used, now it is replaced by helium, but it is also used as a rocket fuel. It is used in the process of hydrogenation. So those uses also we will discuss. So basically two things I am going to discuss today. One is laboratory preparation of hydrogen. I will explain all the points, that which substances are used, why only those substances are being used, and second is commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen. In your revised syllabus, electrolysis of acidified water is not there. This time it has been removed. So only Bosch's process is there for the commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. So let us start with the laboratory method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. See, two things are there. Either I will say lab preparation of hydrogen gas, so that too we can prepare in test tube also. Second thing, laboratory preparation and collection of hydrogen gas. इन दोनों को समझो एक बार आप. If I say lab preparation of hydrogen gas, that we can prepare in test tube also, then we can test also whether the gas is hydrogen or not. Second thing, laboratory preparation and collection by using a proper apparatus. So that I am going to discuss today. Laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas. For this, as we have discussed these two reactions in general method also, that acid like hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid react with moderate reactive metals such as zinc. So either we can use hydrochloric acid or we can use sulfuric acid. So when it reacts with zinc, it will give a salt zinc chloride and hydrogen gas will release. This upward arrow represent the evolution of gas. In the same manner, if sulfuric acid is used, it will give zinc sulfate salt and hydrogen gas. So this is the reaction which I have written. Now nitric acid is not used. This is a very important point and very important question. Nitric acid, that is HNO3, is not used for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. Now the question arises, why nitric acid is not used for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen? Nitric acid is not used for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen because nitric acid is a strong oxidizing agent. What are oxidizing agent? Which add oxygen to the reacting substance. So because it is a strong oxidizing agent, it will add oxygen with that of hydrogen. So instead of hydrogen gas, it will form water which is not required. That's why HNO3, that is nitric acid, is not used for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas, as it is a strong oxidizing agent. So it will oxidize hydrogen. If I am saying it will oxidize hydrogen, means what? It will add oxygen with that of hydrogen. So instead of hydrogen, water will be formed, which is not required in this case. That's why either hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid is used for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas. Now this is the simple reaction which I have written. Now the question arises that why zinc metal is preferred for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. There are not many metals which are moderate reactive in nature, which are reactive in nature. So why those metals are not being preferred? Why zinc metal is being preferred? Zinc metal is preferred, and basically granulated zinc is preferred for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen because of so many reasons. When I am saying granulated zinc contains a smaller amount of copper, very little amount of copper, which acts as a catalyst, which will catalyze the reaction, speed up the rate of reaction. This is one reason. Another reason, zinc is cheap, zinc is easily available, and zinc is moderate reactive in nature. Because of all these four properties, zinc metal is preferred for the laboratory preparation of hydrogen. Granulated zinc and zinc, these two are different. When I am saying granulated zinc, here I am talking about granulated zinc. Granulated zinc contains smaller amount of copper, which acts as a catalyst. Second thing, availability, easily available, cheap, less expensive, and moderate reactive in nature. Now there are not many questions that why don't we use aluminium? So aluminium is not used because aluminium has strong affinity with that of oxygen. So it will form a layer of Al2O3 during the preparation of hydrogen gas, which will not allow the gas to release properly. Calcium is also not used. Calcium is expensive and moreover more reactive, which is not required in this case. Here we want, this is not the general method, because general method नहीं है. अगर general होता तो वो तो हम सोडियम को भी डाल देंगे तो हाइड्रोजन गैस will release. We have to prepare this gas in controlled manner. That's why we cannot go with highly reactive metals. Now see the diagram also I have drawn. In this case, the apparatus which are required, the materials which are required, first one is the round bottom flask. This is round bottom flask. Such reaction where heating is not required, their round bottom flask is used. Then this is Thistle funnel, this is delivery tube, this is trough containing water, this is gas jar. So first of all, granulated zinc that is taken in this round bottom flask, and with the help of Thistle funnel is that funnel in which stopper is also there. With the help of Thistle funnel, I am writing here hydrochloric acid, dilute sulfuric acid can also be used. Hydrochloric acid is added to this. When hydrochloric acid reacts with granulated zinc, reaction occurs due to which this is formed ZnCl2. ZnCl2 will remain in the flask only, and hydrogen gas, lighter, it is the lightest gas, rises upward, passes through this delivery tube, and it is collected here. And it is collected here by the method called downward displacement of water. Very important. The question arises, see these are the, if you have to write down this thing in your practical file also. Aim to prepare hydrogen gas in the laboratory. Materials required, round bottom flask, Thistle funnel, delivery tube, trough, water, gas jar, granulated zinc and hydrochloric acid. Then procedure, I believe very easily you can write, and result, hydrogen gas will be collected in the gas jar. This is the gas jar by the method called downward displacement of water. Now the question here, two questions arises here. Why this gas is collected over water? Why not over air? This gas is collected over water because this gas is slightly soluble in water. ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड की तरह हाईली soluble नहीं है. This is slightly soluble in water. That's why it is collected over water. Second thing, why method is downward displacement? Because it is the lightest gas, lighter than air, lighter than water. So like this is the method by which hydrogen gas can be prepared in the laboratory. Now the question arises how you will test. There are certain precautions which is given in your book. Go through that also, which should be taken care of while preparing hydrogen gas in the laboratory, because this is the highly inflammable gas. Highly combustible gas catches fire very easily. Now how will you test whether the gas which is prepared, that is hydrogen or not? You can bring a burning splinter near the mouth of the gas jar. If a pop sound will come, then it will confirm that the gas is hydrogen. Hydrogen gas burns with the pop sound. One more important point here I would like to discuss. Itself it is a combustible gas. Hydrogen is a combustible gas, but it is a non-supporter of combustion. खुद जलता है लेकिन सपोर्ट नहीं करता combustion को. This also you can prove. You can bring a burning splinter near, suppose this is a gas jar. So if you will bring the burning splinter near the gas jar, that will burn the gas jar containing hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound. But if you will invert that gas jar over that burning splinter, that will extinguish because it is a non-supporter of combustion. There are not many impurities which I have not shown here, because that is also the part of the syllabus, which are formed along with the hydrogen gas, like your phosphine, arsine. These are the gases. H2S, hydrogen sulfide gas, carbon dioxide gas. So all these impurities are removed by using different kind of solution. For example, to remove CO2, caustic potash, KOH or NaOH is being used because they have the affinity to absorb carbon dioxide. In the same manner, in certain cases, silver nitrate solution is used or lead nitrate solution is used. So there are different solution and different substances are there which you have to read from your book, which is there for the absorption of the impurities which are formed along with the hydrogen gas during its laboratory preparation. So this is about the laboratory preparation. I believe there is no confusion in this. Hydrogen gas can be prepared in the laboratory by using zinc metal. Reason I have already discussed. Why we have to go for HCl or H2SO4, not HNO3, that reason is also being discussed. How arrangement is to be done, how this gas is collected, why this gas is collected by this method, along with the reason. All these things you have to do. Now the next topic which I am going to discuss today, that is the commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. This is the lab method. Here a smaller amount of gas is produced only. Now commercially, how this gas can be produced on large scale, not by using electrolysis method, by using some other method that I am going to discuss. So see here. Commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. The name of this method is Bosch's process. Only few points are there, few reactions are there which you have to learn in this case. Why it is required to be produced on large scale? Because of its consumption. It is used as rocket fuel, it is used in hydrogenation process, it is used in metallurgical process. There are not many things. It is used in the preparation of very important compound, that is ammonia, which is further used for the preparation of fertilizers. So that's why we have to produce this gas on large scale. So second is commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas, that is your Bosch's process. This is the name of this process, Bosch's process. Now there are only 3 to 4 points which are there in this process. It's very easy. The first important thing, the raw material which is used for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Raw material in this case is coke. It is not that coke which you can, this coke is obtained by the destructive distillation of coal. Purest form, you can say it is all, not purest, rather I can say it is also one of the pure form of carbon which is obtained by destructive distillation of coal. Now what is destructive distillation? The process by which a substance is heated in absence of air. That method is known as destructive distillation. In 8th standard, you might have done this in the chapter carbon and its compound. So coke is the raw material which is used here. Now I am going to write few reactions and then I will explain that. First of all, because it is not like that कि here I can draw something क्योंकि इसके अंदर ही होता है. This process occurs inside specially designed, you can say furnace, okay, or you can say apparatus. So वो पूरा आपको ड्रॉ नहीं करना है, लेकिन इसमें कौन सी रिएक्शंस होती हैं that you have to do. So in first reaction C, here C symbolizes coke, reacts with superheated water at very high temperature and pressure. High temperature and pressure. So C symbolizes coke, carbon. When it reacts with water at very high temperature and pressure in specially designed apparatus, then this is the first step of this method. Then in the first step, it will give CO plus H2. It will give water gas. Water gas is the mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So it will give CO plus H2. This mixture is known as water gas. This water gas is also used as fuel in many cases. But our purpose is not to obtain water gas. Our purpose is to obtain hydrogen gas on large scale. Coming to the second and very important point of this process. See here. In the second step, this water gas CO plus H2 again reacts with steam at very high temperature, pressure and in the presence of a catalyst and a promoter. Catalyst which is used here, that is Fe2O3, and promoter which is used here, that is Cr2O3. Cr2O3 and Fe2O3. Very important question. Which catalyst is used? That is ferric oxide. Why ferric? Because valency of iron is 3. Which promoter is used? That is chromic oxide. Why chromic? Because valency of chromium is 3 here. Catalyst, the substance which alters, in this case it will increase, which alters the rate of reaction without undergoing into the reaction, that is known as catalyst. Promoter, which enhance the speed of the catalyst. So catalyst is ferric oxide, promoter is chromic oxide. When this mixture, that is water gas, again reacts with steam, again in the presence of high temperature and pressure, high temperature, that value you need not to learn, because only this much if you will write, that is sufficient, but this you have to learn. So second step is very important. This step is for the conversion of this poisonous gas into non-poisonous gas, and in second step it will give mixture of carbon dioxide and hydrogen gas. Earlier it was carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Second step, this water gas when reacts with steam in the presence of this catalyst, promoter, high temperature, pressure, this carbon monoxide gas, which is a poisonous gas, it converts into a non-poisonous gas, that is carbon dioxide. So in second step, we will obtain mixture of carbon dioxide gas and hydrogen gas. Still our purpose has not been solved, because we are doing here commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Now in the third step, this mixture CO2 plus H2, there are not many substances which is given, but I will make you understand in a very simple and better way. So this mixture is passed through caustic potash. Caustic potash is your KOH, that is potassium hydroxide solution. That is potassium hydroxide solution. So this mixture of these two gases pass through caustic potash, and this KOH has strong affinity to absorb carbon dioxide gas. So carbon dioxide gas get absorbed by KOH, and hydrogen gas will be left behind, which is filled in gas cylinders for further supply. So this is about the Bosch process, commercial process, commercial method for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Let us revise this method once again. Raw material is coke. What is coke? This form of carbon. This, I believe all of you know about the allotropic forms of carbon. So this is non-crystalline allotrope of carbon which is obtained by the destructive distillation of coal. What is destructive distillation? Process in which a substance is heated, strongly heated in absence of oxygen. So in the first step, this coke reacts with superheated water at very high temperature and pressure, which will give water gas. What is water gas? It is a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas. Second step, for the conversion of this poisonous gas into non-poisonous gas. This water gas again reacts with steam in the reaction in the presence of high temperature and pressure and in the presence of two important substances. One catalyst which is used here, that is powdered form of these two substances. One is ferric oxide which catalyzes the reaction, and another is promoter, that is chromic oxide, which enhances the speed of the catalyst, and during this reaction it will give again a mixture of two gases. From carbon monoxide changes to carbon dioxide plus hydrogen gas. In the third step, because we have to obtain only hydrogen gas, so it is to be removed, this carbon dioxide gas is to be removed. So this mixture of these two gases pass through caustic potash, that is potassium hydroxide solution. Potassium hydroxide solution KOH has strong affinity for this carbon dioxide because it will absorb to form potassium carbonate and water. So carbon dioxide gas will be absorbed with the help of this. Hydrogen gas will be left behind, which is filled in gas cylinders for further supply. So today we discussed two important points of this chapter. One is laboratory preparation of hydrogen gas, and second thing is commercial method, that is Bosch's process for the preparation of hydrogen gas. Revise it thoroughly. Thank you and have a nice day.